Alright, looks like things are working. I'm just mentioning in the Discord that I'm live. I think we're all set. I didn't get all of my mixing cups clean before the stream though, so we're starting with that. We'll probably... I don't know what all colors I want to use yet, so maybe we'll figure out what colors to use and then grab some mixing cups for those. I think we're good on that though, for the most part. Alright, there we go. Clean enough. Alright. So yeah, I just wanna, I don't know, I just wanna sit and make some dice today, so I'm thinking we could do some like galaxy-ish dice. Because those are always fun. But I haven't decided on colors at all, so we're gonna do that. Maybe we can do that together. This might be a little bit loud, just a heads up. Let me toss out this tape. Alright, so galaxy dice. The galaxy dice that I normally make have black ink. Let me find the 3 colors that are normally in my normal galaxy dice, if I can find them. Where's the blue pink? Maybe. Where did it go? That's not it. The one that I usually use... Oh, here it is. I usually use a little bit of this, which is a duo red-blue, so it's like pink and then it shimmers blue. You can kind of see it with the light there. I use this dark, kind of semi-opaque, but not shimmery blue. Where did it go? Where is that? Where is that, actually? Where's my dark blue? This is the problem with getting more and more pigments, is that now I can't find what I'm looking for here. Lots of options. Maybe I should go back to arranging them by color. I did have these organized by color at one point, and then I was just like, that's what this was. I had them all on little, some of them on little rings from, oh, here it is. So there's the dark blue. It looks almost black on camera, but it's just a very, very dark blue. And then I used black ink. That's not it. This one. And then I used like a semi-translucent black. So that's what's usually in my galaxy dice. That's what's in the cover image for this stream, is these 3 colors. And I found that the mix of shimmery and not shimmery and opaque and translucent is nice. So I think I want to stick with that. And also I found that having a couple of dark colors and then one like color that'll pop a little bit is also kind of nice. Just like my hands are cold. It's very cold in this room. This room is just colder than the rest of the house. So I've got my hot tea here to warm me up. So yeah, I like that combination of a bright popping shimmering color and then a couple of satin colors that aren't shimmery. The other fun thing about this color is that it's kind of 2 colors. So if there's a whole bunch, if it has a dark background, it's going to look blue. And if it has a whole bunch of itself all in one spot, it's going to look pink. So So like this one could be fun because this is the same way but it's blue and green. That could be an option. That's one of the interference ones. And I've got a few interference pigments. A lot of them are a white that then shimmers a different color. Here we've got pink and gold. You can kind of see a little bit there maybe. But I guess I have this one which is like pink and gold. That one could be good. I've got some that these are a little bit more, you know, creamy. So like I've got, that maybe sounds a little bit weird, but these are both white interference gold micas. But you can kind of see this one's more sparkly and this one's a little bit like more, I don't know, creamy. Both white, and then you get the light on them at the right angle and they're gold. But my plan is I want to do 2 sets of galaxy dice, and I think I'm gonna with different colors, and then I have a couple of trays that I want to finish getting the resin into, because I've been, you know, slowly adding layers a little bit at a time just to help prevent bubbles, and because then I can, you know, just pour a little bit while I'm working on other projects. So yeah, 2 sets of galaxy dice and then pouring some more resin into the bottom of these trays. I was hoping to have these done by tonight, but that's obviously not happening. And then if I have, oh, how you doing? Yes, I've seen you posting in there. Welcome. I'm just running over kind of my plan for the stream. I've got a couple of trays that I want to pour another layer into. Just these were supposed to be Christmas gifts. They're a little bit late. I was hoping to have them done by tonight, but I guess not. But I do want to get them done. And then I want to make a couple sets of galaxy dice, but I'm going to just try some different colors from normal, because usually I use these colors. So like a dark blue, a black, and then a interference pink blue. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm just coming up with some color combinations. I'm going to do 2 different sets of galaxy dice with a different color palette than these ones with the pink and the blue. So I'm open to ideas for color palettes too. And then if I have enough, 3, 6, it's only gonna be 40. I don't think I'm gonna have enough resin. But I just made this mold recently for making a space bar, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna pour the resin and turn it into my master basically for making more molds, because this one is matte at the moment because I made it with just a space bar for my keyboard that was kind of matte, and so I'm gonna pour this and then polish it up and stuff and turn it into a master so I can make more space bars. I've been wanting to make space bars and I haven't gotten around to it. I'm finally getting around to a couple of things that I've been wanting to do. I'm working on getting Vampire the Masquerade dice masters and space bar, but I don't know that I'll have enough resin to do that as well, because it'll take about 30 for both sets of dice. And I pour in about 100 not millimeters, milliliters, there we go. 100 milliliters at a time. So that only leave 40, and I think about 20 for each of these is going to be a good amount. So I think we'll save that for later. But yeah, I need to figure out colors. I pulled out a couple more interference colors that we could do. This one's blue and then it shimmers green. This one's white and then it shimmers gold. And this one's pink and then it shimmers gold. Because I do like that interference kind of look in the galaxy dice. But I don't have to go that direction. Here, name a color. Give me a color to start from and I'll start going. It's cold. It's cold in here. This room is the coldest one in the house, and because it doesn't have one of the like registers for the central heating. It's in the basement, so it's like it's somewhat insulated, but there's just not a really good way for warm air to get here. I'm just here with my cup of tea. My tall socks. Maybe I'll go one of them a little bit more like oranges and reds. That could be cool. I haven't really done much with like some more oranges and reds. Oh, and then I could use, could go with kind of these colors, and then maybe a ink that's kind of tinted with a little bit of this red. Could kind of go that. I don't know if I want to go that red. I could do some, there's something else in there. I was saying before that I like with the Galaxy dice to do like 2 dark colors and then 1 pop of a bright color. So I was like, this could be a good, you know, pop of a bright color there. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I don't know how Galaxy that would be though. I wonder if I could do like a, no, purple feels weird. These are very muted. I wonder if I could do purple with like the gold. That might be kind of pretty, doing like the purple with the gold. What does this change into? Mara? Who's Mara? Oh, Mars! That makes sense. That's true. That's true. Oh, let's see. If I go Mars. Oh, I think I have some. You're on your iPad keyboard fair. I was just like, is this a person that I should know? I do have this set from a while back. This was like a first pour from a commission. It uses that kind of darker red sort of color. I guess my problem is I have a lot of Galaxy dice that I've already done. Let me hold this one up closer to the screen so you can kind of see it, if it'll focus. There you go. So that one has like red and black and like some purple. Oh, I think that must be the interference violet. Maybe I shouldn't do Galaxy dice. I have a lot of Galaxy dice. I literally pulled out a set of Galaxy dice from the molds this morning. Kind of Galaxy dice. Now, so you can get a sneak peek. You can get a sneak peek. I do plan to make a video on these at some point. These are almost kind of look like stone too. They remind me of the lapis dice that I made at one point, but I pulled these out this morning. Hi there, Cobra! I'm giving a sneak peek of some of the dice that I pulled out this morning. It never wants to focus. There we go. And I did these ones a little bit different, but I did that on purpose. So. Yeah, I did get some, so maybe that's, actually, should we have a slight change of plans? I got a couple of new materials that we could try out. I think we should do at least one set of Galaxy dice because it's in the title. But I got some cool things. Well, yes. All right. So the like streaks that you could kind of see in that set was this tinsel that I got. I got a pack. It's technically for like hair, but I was just looking for colorful tinsel. So I got this pack of like a whole bunch of different colors. Oh, I think I saw the D6 mold in the Discord. Okay, and I literally just saw those, and I was like, I will respond to those after the stream. I wasn't sure what you were trying to show off on the other one. I was like, is it the shape? Is it the color? But I got these that we could do something with. I like this one because it's very like iridescent. So is this one. But yeah, we could do something with one of these fun colored tinsels. And then I also got, oh, those are the white ones? At first glance, this may appear to be regular glitter. However, this is a box of glow-in-the-dark glitter. So I did go and look at these, and they do all glow. These are all glow-in-the-dark. Oh, one of the yellow and orange ones. Oh. But yeah, these are all glow-in-the-dark glitter. So we could do something with that, too. To be fair, I guess we could incorporate both of these into some galaxy dice. I mean, chunky glitter never suspends well. I mean, I can get it to suspend, but I do that by waiting until the last possible second to pour it into the mold. I'm warming my hands. My tea's gonna get cold eventually, and then it's just not gonna be helpful. I am realizing that my problem, the purple-blue iridescent, just a second, I'm not sure. You pull out a couple ones, I'm not quite sure which one you mean. Let me figure out which one you mean. Do you mean this one? The hollow one? Do you mean the hollow one? Or do you mean the like blue one? You can't just say, yeah, I don't know which one that means. Hollow or blue? Okay, hollow, okay. I do like, oh, this was pretty. It also has like a bunch of like red. It's like glitters between red and blue. Oh, that's pretty. That looks really good, pretty on camera too. Okay, I like that plan. You can definitely go galaxy-ish with that. I am realizing that the issue with these is that I can't then get them back into the container, so I just end up with loose tinsel here. But I figure that's an issue for future Liz. It's really not. It's a problem for contemporary Liz, but I don't quite know what to do with it. I'm just gonna shove them back in the bag for the time being, except for the purple. I'm gonna shove that tinsel in there too. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh, this is pretty. Both could look good. That's true. I could do both. But I mean, I could also do this with like. Just a second here. I have a couple other options here. A couple of things that we could do. Let me grab the blue. Just we can look at it. Because there is kind of this blue in there. But I also have like this multi-chrome, which kind of goes all the way from like an orange, but it's mostly blue and purple. Oof, a strip going one way, another strip going another. That sounds difficult. Or we could do some blue or some purple foil. Losing my voice there. I think we have at least decided that we want to do purple. Set this over here for now. If we're doing galaxy, so that does mean we're going to want to do some sort of translucent color in there probably. Light silver flakes as stars. Silver could be pretty with that. Yeah, that could be pretty. I do also like gold with purple. Could do some gold foil. Ooh, or, nah, not the copper. I don't know, I don't think the copper, but maybe some gold. Could do gold. I think I like your silver. I think I like the silver idea better. I kind of like maybe that idea, and then like a diamond dust glitter. Do I have some of that? The problem with this is that it's very heavy. This is glass. Also, it doesn't actually show up that well in the resin because it's very translucent. Yeah, no. Is this what you're talking about? Because I have some, but I've tried it before a long time ago, and it's very, very heavy. It's literally glass. This container's quite heavy. But I do have some other glitter. Oh, yours is different? Okay. What is yours like? Could do maybe. I don't know if I want that. So let's figure out some colors to go with this. I think I like the idea of the silver. Could do some silver glitter. Oh, very, very fine powder. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have some like hollow glitter too. You can do some little bits of hollow glitter in silver, or just some very fine silver glitter. I've got a couple of different shades of that. Probably the lighter shade, but I'll pull those out. I mean, alternatively, I have mica powders, which are very, very fine. So you're probably thinking more a like macro pearl. So something like this. Is that kind of what you're thinking? All right, let's see. Anyways, figuring out colors. I'm thinking maybe could do, do I want to do a dirty pour? Maybe I'll layer things. Where it would blend with whatever color you pick as the base? Not necessarily. The mica powders? Or what would blend with whatever color I pick as the base? Thinking maybe like the interference violet, or I could do the interference, like an interference silver. That could also be an option. Or just like that sparkly. I like the interference ones because they kind of look. They don't even make that stuff anymore. Oh man. That is. The whitish powder you had. You did a cotton candy pour last week with iridescent mica, and it just blended into the whole dice instead of one color. Oh. Huh. The iridescent mica. I mean, I've had it work for me in the past. I just poured some dice. Let me look. Welcome to my container. I have a container back here that's full of dice that I have not sanded. I do have a video that I have put together for social media at some point that is going through that a little bit. But let me see if I have something that has some of that mica. Yeah, these are like kind of the the interference micas, and you can kind of see the interference there a little bit. I did some white and then I did some like interference blue, I think. It worked just like the mica powder. It worked all right. I wonder if it's just like the but I kind of get what you mean. I did pour these the other day, and it kind of spread, but I kind of did that on purpose. And I have kind of two different things in there, and they still kind of swirled a little bit. They're not just all. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I wonder if maybe we're just using slightly different materials or something, or maybe your resin's more liquidy than mine. I have a very thick resin. Oh, thanks. Maybe we should go simple to make that purple really pop. I'm thinking the interference violet, which I'll use like in the galaxy. I could have just shown you my galaxy dice. I have some of my normal galaxy dice. They're still here because they're not quite right. Oh yeah, so maybe it's that. Might be because mine's really thick. Let me show you. I'll show you some of my normal galaxy dice. These aren't quite right. They don't have the correct glitter, which is why they're still sitting there. But these are with the interference, or the duo red blue, the opaque blue, and the translucent black. But oh, hi, ink drop. Oh, okay. Have a good day at work. Glad you could come hang out either way. So you can kind of see there, that's the like interference in that strip in the middle, kind of over that dark blue. Oh, come on. Focus. There we go. And so where there's a whole bunch of that interference color, it's going to look like the pink. And then where it's fading out into the blue, it's going to look more blue. These were one of the first dice designs that I ever had. Oh, you can really see it here. You can really see it there. You can kind of see some of that pink in there. Yeah, this, I try to keep the galaxy dice in stock because that's kind of the design that got me into like making dice and selling them. That's probably a good idea if you want to get more, yeah, sharing the diamond dust on the Discord. So I think that this interference will be good with the blue and the purple. I think that's what was in the red dice maybe that I showed you too. It was definitely something like that. So let's do that. I think I'll probably still use black. And then maybe, do we want to do like a little bit of like a purple, or I could do maybe a little bit, oh, maybe we use the dark blue again. We could use the dark blue again. That'd probably be good. I want it to be, I want to make this stuff pop. So I want to use some dark colors and stuff in there, but I think I want that little bit of a lighter color as well. I think I like this as our, I think I like this combination as our first set of space dice. So I'm going to grab our materials here. That's not the right stuff. This is the right stuff. This is why I make chips of everything, because this is the pigment that turns into this. This is why I make my paint chips. Okay. There we go. We've got the first set of galaxy dice figured out. Do we want to try something? I'm going to put this one away. I think I just want the purple. Yeah, I think I just want the purple. Yeah. Do we want to try something with the new glow-in-the-dark glitter that I got? Let me set these off to the side a little bit. Get them out of our way. We could definitely, oh, it's hard to, there's so much glare there. They're very pretty glitters too. I was worried that like, oh, they'd glow really well, but the glitter would be kind of ugly, or the glitter would be really pretty and then they wouldn't glow. But I did test all of these as soon as I got them. I went and shone a light on them and then put them in the pitch black. And they glow okay. I mean, they're not like amazing glow, but they glow okay. Better than some of my glow in the dark pigments. Let me set these away. I don't think we're going to use these. We're going to go with that silver. So we're doing kind of a purple and blue set. The other one's going to be kind of purplish and bluish. So maybe we should go in it for like a warmer tone. So let's see what we've got here. I'll pull out the white. It's pretty neutral. This is kind of a that's kind of a cooler toned one. Could go for green. I'll pull out the green as well. So let's see here. I like the salmony color. That'd be pretty. I don't know if that might be pretty for like a galaxy dice. That could be pretty for galaxy dice. But I want it to I want to be able to see it. I need to think on this for a second. So the problem is that I want to be able to see the glitter, obviously, because I think it'll be, you know, I want to be able to see the glow. I want to be able to see the color. But with galaxy dice, I usually use darker colors. So I don't know how well I would be able to see this through like a black. And I don't know that I want to do a lighter color because I don't think that'll feel very galaxy dice-ish. I mean, I guess we don't have to do galaxy dice. We could just do something with one of these. Or I could do like this in clear resin and then do some really dark colors like as like a mica drop in it, or could do this in clear. No, I want to do that one that's slightly more liquidy. Oh. I'm trying to figure out a design that I would do when the resin is thicker, because to get chunky glitter like this to suspend, I want to pour it as late as possible when it's really chunky. Or when it's really chunky, when the resin's really thick. And so if I wanted to do like a mica drop or something, I want to do that when the resin's a little bit thinner so that the mica can actually have time to drip through the resin and be heavy enough to drip through it. So it wouldn't make sense for me to do a mica drop with this glitter because one of those probably isn't going to work quite right. Star cluster. Yeah, I could do something like that. What if I did something like this red one, or no, that one, this one feels very candy cane. What if I did like the pink and then like a black foil or something? This would make it feel a lot darker, even if I did clear resin. That's an idea. Yeah, I could do, or I could do just a set of dice where it has like a dark base, like a layer, and then I do kind of like a clear layer on top of that with the glitter in it. Why don't we just do that? I'm trying to think of why I wouldn't do that. That could be like star cluster, like stars. Do kind of like a really dark blue, and I always fall back on the blues and purples and stuff, but like a really dark color at the bottom, and then once the resin is really thick, I'll pour this on top of it, and then the layers will stay pretty good because it'll be really thick. They won't move around too much. I think I like that plan. Should I do... I've got a couple options here. Should I do a shimmery color? Should I do a translucent color? And should I do a mix of glitter? Could do a mix of glitter, I suppose. Although I'm tempted by just doing the white, because it's actually really pretty. I'm tempted by just the white. with maybe like a dark blue base. I think the two that are speaking to me the most are the white or the kind of salmon-y color. Although I feel like this one feels a little bit more cartoon star, which could be fine. I tend not to go super cartoony, I guess. Although, does that feel too patriotic or something? Could do like a mix. That yellow feels too bright. Now I think maybe I could do a mix of the white and the salmon. What's the opposite of pink on the, let's see, red. So that would be green. Yeah, I'm thinking the salmon white mix. And then it's pushing a little bit more orange. So that's going to be a little bit more blue. So kind of like a teal color at the bottom. Go complementary on it. We're going for kind of a salmon color. That's kind of a red-orange. So we'll go for kind of a green-blue. And I'll probably do like, do I want to do something? Ooh. No, maybe not that. I'm going to pull out some options here. And obviously I want to go darker, so I might do like a drop of black ink with whatever, like maybe I'll do mica powder with like a drop of black ink to make it darker. That sounds nice. I think I might do that. That sounds nice. I can mix things obviously too. Oh, I could do some of the like, what if, like I said, is that going to feel too patriotic if I go blue though? I think I definitely want to push it more green. Maybe like this, but like a little bit of this and then like some black ink. That might be kind of cool. A little bit of shimmer in there. I'm open to feedback. Open to feedback here, whether the idea to do teal is weird or not. Or if I should stay in the same color family and do like, probably not that, but do some sort of like pinkish or orangish or something color instead. I mean, I could always use... No, run away, Chip. Technically, white stars are actually green, but because it's in the middle of the color spectrum, you get equal amounts of the other colors, so they look white to the eye. Oh, interesting. That is a fun space fact. Okay. I'm leaning towards this green, I think, with some black mixed in. Ooh. Oh, this is kind of a pretty blue color. Pretty like dark. I think we'll do that with black. I think that'll be good. Okay. I'll put things away. This might be kind of loud. But I think we at least have our plan. Is this the teal? I'll just pull that out. Out of the way. I need to find a good spot for the tinsel and the glitter. I literally just have it sitting on a stool over there at the moment. I need to make room on my thing here. Here, I don't know how many of you have seen my setup here. This is how I have all my things arranged. And there's all of my dry pigments. There's you guys. And then there's all of my wet pigments, all my inks and dyes. Alright. So this one I think I'll do with the highest number at the top, because I'll do the darker color kind of at the bottom and then pour the glitter on top. So let me just grab some molds. Yeah, that's fine. My messy molds. 6, 54, 52. Okay. There's those. And then for these ones, I don't know that it matters too much whether I do the highest number at the bottom or not. I do need to decide whether I want to, oh, you know what I should also grab that I add to my normal dice? It's just a little bit of this like glittery, shimmery black mica. I really like this. It just adds like a little bit of dark sparkle in there. Do we want to do a dirty pour for this set, or do we want to layer things? I've done both. I kind of think a dirty pour. Those are fun. Let's do a dirty pour. So we're going to have our black with our, that's where we'll put all of our glitter with our black. We'll have our purple, we'll have our blue, and then I could do a little bit of this with the black, or I could do some slightly different black that just has that, and then it kind of gives it just a little bit more of something else in there, so I think we'll do that. And then these, I'm going to do it with the highest number at the bottom, because when I put this in, this is going to end up probably squished towards the bottom a little bit, not necessarily. But then if I sand and there's a little piece sticking out and it makes it a little funky, it'll be on the side that's lowest number. So let's do this with the highest number down. I don't know if any of that I just said out loud made any sense. It was a lot of words and not a lot that I was saying. And that. D20, D12. I'm just getting things in order so that I can actually, oops, that's a pointy D4. I don't want the pointy D4. I want the crystal D4. And then D2. Okay, yes. Cool, got that. I should probably clean some mixing cups before we continue. So we're gonna need 4 here and 2 here. This one I think I'm gonna want bigger mixing cups, so I might not actually need to clean some mixing cups. I think I can just grab a couple. They're already clean enough. We'll just use those. Great. These ones, think about how much I want. So a full set of dice is about 30 milliliters, so let's see. 10, 20, 30. I mean, I could just do about 10 of each. That's about what will fit into one of these mixing cups. To be fair, it's about 10. I think I can get up to almost 15, but it's like overflowing at that point. I might just use these as well. I think that's just going to be easier. It means I don't have to try and clean things on stream too. Do a little bit of black. Alright, cool. Well, in that case, I think the first thing we want to do is get the tinsel into these molds. Let me get the other stuff out of the way for now, so we're not cluttering up the screen too much. You guys can actually see what it is that I'm working on. we're gonna get some tinsel into these molds. You can watch me make an absolute mess of this tinsel as I try to get it out of the package without getting all the tinsel all funky, which is an impossible task. I don't quite know why they did it quite like this, but that's how it is. Because if I go like this, then all the tinsel catches. And it all gets all funky. Oh dear. I'm making a mess. Okay. Oh no. Good enough. I should figure out a better way to store these, I think. So we're just gonna grab a couple strands of this. I think probably only need like 2 or 3. There's one, because they're very long. I'll cut them down. 2. I don't know if I even need 3, but I'll grab a third one just in case, and then I'm gonna try and get this back into the container. We'll see how that goes too. Oh. Ah. Come on. Be nice. Play nice. No. You know what I should do? I should do this with the side that's sticky on the other side. I'm making a mess, guys. I'm making a mess. All of my tinsel's getting all funky. Alright. Let's see if I can get this in here. Alright. I think we can do this. Ooh. Okay. Ah! No! Stop it! Okay. There we go. Alright. This is going to be one of those good enough scenarios, even if it's sticking out the bottom a little bit. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. So this is what I did for that set that I was showing off earlier. So I just grabbed a piece of tinsel. Oh, here, let me open up our molds. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll grab a piece of tinsel if I can actually grab it. All right. I'm just gonna start shoving some of this into the molds. Hopefully this shows up. That's why we're gonna use a translucent color in there with the black. I probably don't want to add too much glitter either, so I don't cover all of it up. But you know, we want enough that you can see the glitter for sure. To be fair, in the other set that I just pulled out, so this is the I don't know if everyone saw it. So I pulled out a set from the molds this morning where I tried the tinsel out for the first time. And even in the ones that didn't have very much like translucent color, you can still see the tinsel in there. So we'll probably be fine. Yeah. You can almost actually see it less, I think, in the black. You can see some where it pops out, which to be fair is kind of what I wanted. I just wanted like little streaks every once in a while in there. Oh yeah, you can see it more in here. But the point is, you can still see it even where there's like that mica color. So I guess we probably don't need that black to be like super translucent, but I don't know. I just like having a mix of things in there for the Galaxy dice. I'm trying to put this in here so that it kind of covers everything. So there's like a little bit of that tinsel everywhere. I want to make sure I get everything tucked in here. So I don't really want it sticking out. That'll just be kind of a pain for sanding later. Alright, so this will take a minute. I'm just feeding all of this tinsel in there. So, how are you all? Do you have any fun plans for New Year's? I don't really have too many plans. I just have my normal Saturday night game night with friends happening. I did get invited to a D&D game, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I already have plans. But, I don't know. I did appreciate that I was invited to a D&D game. It's been a while since I've played. Oh, you have your niece and 3 of her friends. Young niece or like teenage rainy here? It's been rainy here as well. I don't know if it's raining. I don't know that it's rained today, but it was raining last night when I went to bed. I don't know that it's raining. I don't have a headache. That sounds weird, but like the pressure changes when it rains always give me a headache. Although it was fine when I lived in Kentucky. You had rain last night? I am all the way in the Pacific Northwest. She's 11. Oh, okay. Hopefully you guys have some fun, though. I don't know. I like kids. I work with kids in my other job. And they can be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're all from different places and it's just raining. I like how we're just like, oh yeah, I had a winter storm. It's like, yeah, there's literally a winter storm everywhere in the U.S. And then we're all just like, oh yeah, it's rainy here. Literally everywhere in the U.S. Apparently. I'm not even in the rainy part of the Pacific Northwest. I was gonna say though, like, so I was saying that I get a headache when it's gonna rain because the pressure changes and stuff. But I was fine when I lived in Seattle, and I wonder if that's because the pressure didn't change as much, because it was always kind of raining-ish there. Although it's not really rain. It's always like misting in Seattle. There's a very common misconception that it's always raining in Seattle. It's like, it's just kind of damp. It's not like a downpour or anything. It's just like there's just like a little spritz of water constantly. Although there's nice sunny days too. It's always fun to go to like Gasworks or something when it's really nice out. Gasworks Park. I should take a trip to Seattle again at some point. I have a few places that I keep talking about. My brother's like, I want to go there. It was misty earlier. So I have some places over there that I need to drag my brother to at some point because he'd like to see them. Just Pike Place Market and stuff too. I don't know if anyone else here has been to Seattle since you're from Ohio and Kentucky and all sorts of different places, but it's a fun city. It's been a while since I've been there though. Since I haven't really been there since the whole like quarantine and everything and pandemic and but I have a lot of friends over there who I haven't talked to in a long time. I went to college at UW for a while. And then I came back because I got a job. Not the job that I have now, but guys are probably new enough. You don't know my life story. Ah! I'm tossing things. My story of how I've ended up here making dice. Didn't mean to end up here making dice. This was all purely on accident. Sort of. It was kind of pure. Yeah, it really was kind of random happenstance and stuff. Because I was at university. I was at college. I was at UW, University of Washington, in Seattle. And then I got a job offer at the place that I had worked at. I had like interned there like during the summer in high school and stuff, doing IT stuff. And so I got an offer for like a full-time position there. So I came back to my hometown to work IT. And I worked there for about 5 years while I went to school part-time to try and finish my degree, because I hadn't actually finished my degree yet. I was still working on it when I left. I didn't quite know what I wanted to major in still anyways. I was rethinking. I had started out with, I think, chemical engineering, and then decided, I don't know that I want to do chemical engineering. So I was just kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do still. Anyway, so I came back. I was working full-time, going to school part-time for like 5 years. Because I was working, and then I had like one class at a time. And it finally got to the point where I needed like 3 more classes, and I just could not get anything to line up with my work schedule. And I was completely burnt out from working full-time and going to school part-time and having no free time for 5 years. So I quit my day job. And I went back to school full-time for like a semester. Since I didn't really have that many classes that I still needed to do, but I'm like, I'm not going to finish this while I'm working full-time. I'm done. So I did that, and then I graduated in May of 2020, right after the whole pandemic quarantine had started, like right after. We went into quarantine. Hi, I also brought a snack. We went into quarantine like a month or something before the end of the semester. It was very weird because I was taking a studio art class at the time, and that went to online, which was very strange. I'm eating my biscotti. Sorry, it's very comfy. I should have found something quieter. I'm hungry. I need exactly 2 of the tinsel. That's good to know. I don't need this 3rd piece. I'm gonna set this over with the other tinsel. Okay. So, quarantine had just started. Things were a bit odd. It's around lunchtime. Yeah, I started streaming at noon for me. Although, to be fair, my schedule's kind of strange. Going on a bit of a tangent here. I have this job, and then I also work at a tutoring center. So I work in the evenings after school. Come on. So I work from 3 to 8 p.m. So I usually get up around 11 a.m. And then work on this stuff for a couple of hours, and then go to work, and then come home and pour resin and stuff. So I kind of get up at like 10 or 11, and then go to sleep at like 2 a.m. So really, this is more like breakfast for me. It is around lunchtime, but I'm eating breakfast. I woke up at like 10:30. Well, I woke up at 10 because I set an alarm, and then I was like, nah. And went back to sleep for half an hour. Snuggled my cats. One of my cats is very upset with me right now because he doesn't do well being inside, but He came in a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, actually. I think it was... No, it was like 3 weeks ago. It must have been 3 weeks ago. Last week, because it was during a game night. Last week we didn't meet because Christmas, and then the week before that we had a sleepover, and it wasn't at the sleepover, it was the week before that, so like 3 weeks ago. He came inside during our game night, and he had like a big like cut on his shoulder, and he was bleeding everywhere. It was kind of gross, but he didn't seem that worried about it. I don't know. He's a weird cat. He didn't seem that worried about it. I think we were more worried about it than he was. And so, you know, I went and said, okay, you're not going outside for a few days. We want to make sure that this cut is fine. So, of course, he was unhappy because he was trapped inside. And he does not like being trapped inside. He actually have a little bit left over. Should see the other cat. Well, I'll get to that too. Sort of. So I waited a couple of days. It seemed to be healing fine. It had, you know, scabbed over and everything. He seemed to be good. And so, you know, I let him back outside. And then a couple of days later, he comes in with another cut, like right next to that first one. And we're like, dude, what are you doing? Who are you fighting? I'm like, all right, well, let's wait for this one to heal a little bit. And then, let's see, and then he came in one more time, and he had reopened that second cut. We let him back out eventually. And we're just like, what is going on? Because it seems strange. It doesn't seem like he's fighting another cat if he's getting cut in the exact same spot. So my brother and I live together. So my brother and I are wondering if maybe he's been like crawling through somewhere and like there's a sharp thing that he keeps cutting himself on every time he crawls through there or something. Because he's like cut in the exact same spot like 4 times. So anyways, he's an indoor kitty now, indefinitely. But he's very unhappy about it. He does not do well being inside. I kind of want to set up maybe like a catio or something. Make it so that my back patio is enclosed. Because all of my cats like just sitting on the back patio. So he goes out and explores. But my other 3 cats, they're like indoor cats, but when it's really nice outside, I'll open the back door and they'll just sit on the back patio and enjoy the fresh air. Or I'll open the window in my office and they'll sit on the windowsill. They're very good about not going out and exploring things, so I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But I was like, maybe I could turn like my back patio so it's enclosed, so that they can all enjoy the fresh air, but not go out and get into trouble. But let's do the glitter next, because that sounds fun. Let's do some glow-in-the-dark glitter into one of these cups. Oh, sealed for safety. Pet. Why does it say pet? Is it because we're talking about pets? This is all a magic trick all along. Anyways, he came and was yelling at me this morning. He's like, "Let me outside." I'm like, oh. He does that. He does that. I can't remember how we got on this topic, but I was talking about how I ended up here making dice. Should I head back to that? Was there some, this one also says pet. Was there some moral to the story here? I don't remember. I really don't know. Pretty. Okay. We got some white. We got some salmon. Let me just mix that up a little bit and we can see how it looks. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. Some of that salmon's kind of at the bottom because it's a little bit smaller, but I think that'll be nice. Cool. Got that. Where was I at in my life story? Oh, I graduated. I graduated right after the quarantine had started. So things were very strange. Very strange indeed. we were still at that point where we weren't quite sure how things were transmitted or how easily it transmitted. You know, we're still wiping down our groceries with cleaning wipes just in case. We were still at that point. We'd gone past it a little bit, but we were still kind of at that point. And so it felt simultaneously irresponsible to go back to work, to find a new job, and irresponsible to not work. Because I wanted to be able to like help my grandparents out with things. It's like if I'm going out and getting a job, if I'm out in the workforce, I don't know that I'd want to be seeing my grandparents to help them with things. That seems dangerous and stuff. Luckily, I was in a financial position to be able to not work for a little while. I had some savings from my nice IT job and stuff. So I was like, okay, we'll give this a couple months. Things should clear up by then. And then I'll start figuring out what I want to do. So in that time, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do during this quarantine then? So I did a couple of things. I took a voice acting class online. That was really fun. I'm not very good at it, but it was fun. Although, I know, actually, I was okay at commercial reads, I feel like I was pretty okay at commercial reads. Not character stuff, though, which is unfortunate. And then I decided to take up dice making. Because before the quarantine had started, one of the guys in my D&D group was talking about making dice. I was like, that sounds fun. I have a little tiny bit of resin. I could find some cheap dice molds. So I found some cheap dice molds that sucked. But I could try that out. And so I got those cheap molds that suck from like Amazon or whatever. Okay, let's add our little bit of glitter. A little bit of our dark silver glitter. And then I debated a long time. Did I get the pressure pot first? I think I started researching it and things. But I got the pressure pot. I debated for a long time on whether I wanted to get masters made or not. I mean, they're good to learn on in the sense that they're super cheap, but they're also very difficult to work with. And that's why I say that they suck. It's because, I mean, I got them so that they worked okay. I think I have some of the dice that I made with them. Yeah, I have some dice here that I made with them. That's where I made my first galaxy dice, because this was one of those cheap molds. This was before I got the pressure pot. This was after I got the pressure pot. Anyways, I had true, and also, I mean, then once I got to the good molds, I was just like, oh, I could do this. This is easy. But I started out with that. I made some cool things that, like, I still think turned out really cool. I should do this again. I should do this with my, I have jumbo molds, like nice jumbo molds now. I should remake this with my nice jumbo molds. Because I really liked the lily pads, and anyways, I should do that again. But I debated for a long time on whether I wanted to get masters made or not, because I was like, I'm never gonna sell dice. Do I really need to spend $180 or whatever, $150 on a set of masters? Like, do I want to do that? That's quite a bit of money. And finally, I just went for it and got the masters. And made, I had way too much glitter. By the way, this is going to be very sparkly. That's way too much glitter. It takes very little of the glitter. I don't know why I added so much. I finally was just like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna get the masters. I want to do this right. Figured out if I do ever want to sell them, what do I want to call my shop, so I could figure out what logo I wanted on them, because I wanted a logo on them, because that's fun. Figured that out and got some masters made. And I didn't actually expect to sell any sets of dice. I made a couple of sets for some friends and some D&D buddies. And then was like, okay, well, I have an Etsy already. I had an Etsy shop because I had made some soap for fun. The problem with making soap for fun is that at minimum you can make 10 bars of soap at a time. I do want to make some more soap, I think, but yeah, you end up with a lot of soap. And so I had sold some at like a local bazaar, like once a year. Gave me an outlet for my soap making, which I was having fun with, but you end up with so much soap. I still have soap everywhere. But I had an Etsy so that I could, have somewhere to put some soap, so that, people from like the bazaar and stuff could buy some online if they really wanted to. I had maybe 1 or 2 sales from people that I knew. And so I was like, I already have an Etsy shop. I have a new name for it and stuff. So I went and changed the name so that it was actually to Alchemist's Attic and things. I'm gonna put up 5 sets of galaxy dice and 5 sets of amethyst, faux amethyst dice, into the shop. I had made 1 set of each, and then I was like, I'll just make them if I sell any. And then I sold all 5 sets of the galaxy dice in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing this now. And then it's just kind of snowballed from there. Once I realized that it's oh, I could actually do this. People seem excited about these things that I'm making. Now I'm gonna make some more of them. I just kind of kept going. It's like I'm gonna see how far this can take me. I had spent a long time trying to see if I could make it my full-time gig, because like I said, we were still in the middle of the quarantine. Things were I don't know. Things were a little bit weird. I did drive for Uber Eats for a little while there. That was actually quite fun. Honestly, driving for Uber Eats, I think was really... I enjoyed it, but also it was nice in that now I know where things are in my hometown. I don't know. I understand how things are connected together better now. If someone talks about a certain area, I'm like, oh, I know where that is. I understand the location that you're talking about. Or if someone's just like, you go across this bridge and then you take the third exit or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, I know where that is. I'm going to take another bite of biscotti before I actually pour resin, because I think we've got everything ready. Come on, oh no! You guys see nothing. But no, I finally figured out that I couldn't make enough stock in a month to pay my bills. Because I figured at minimum, including my mortgage and heating and cooling and food, I probably need $1,300 a month at minimum. That's without any wiggle room, really. And then that would be after taxes. So with taxes, that need to be Just math, I don't remember. Because, I don't know, you get probably around 72% maybe of the, how do I do that math? Just a second. 72 over 100. Okay, so I want to do 1300 times 72 divided by 100. No, I did that backwards. I need to write this out. I can't think in my brain. Let's see. 72 over 100 equals 1300 over x. Oh no, let's do x over 72 equals 100 over no, x over 1300 equals 100 over 72, because then we'll do x times 72. Yeah, so let's see. So I want to do 1300 times 100 equal, and then divided by 72, I think. Yeah, it's about 1800. So I need about 1800 to make $1,800 a month. That's before taxes. That was my estimate. And I'm like, there is no way I can do that. I can't make enough sets of dice in a month to pay for that. And I could not figure out some sort of like bread and butter item, as my grandma put it. Something where it's quick and easy for me to make and a lot of people want it. Or a form of passive income, like people might get with selling prints, you know, where you make it once and then you can sell it multiple times. Which you can kind of do with some digital art, you know, you can sell downloads for wallpaper and things like that. You only have to draw the drawing once and then you can sell it multiple times. Anyways, I was having trouble figuring that out. So I went back and got a part-time job, which I really enjoy. I do really enjoy my part-time job. Do we have everything? I think we have everything here. I'm putting it off so that I can finish my tea and my biscotti. Ah. I'm just writing down that I need to order more resin because I'm running low and I forgot to write it down yesterday. As soon as I leave this room, I forget everything in it. Alright, my tea's gone cold. I've got my safety equipment. I have half a biscotti left. That's okay. I'll eat that after. So, I'm going to be a little bit muffled the rest of the stream. Those of you who work with resin know it's good to wear a respirator and stuff because it does have fumes. I don't know how to clean out a respirator. This thing's getting a little bit gross on the inside. It's getting a little bit gross on the inside. Alright, but yes, I'm going to sound like Darth Vader the rest of the stream. I will try to speak as clearly as possible, but this is what I'm going to sound like. Alright. My arms are going to be cold. It's so cold in this room. It's like 10 degrees colder in this room than the rest of the house. So someone asked in my Discord, because I mentioned that this room was cold, they asked how cold, and I was like, I don't actually know. And so I went and asked my brother if he had a thermometer, and he's like, yeah, I have a thermometer. And I was like, cool. I want to measure how cold the room is downstairs. He's like, that's the one kind of thermometer that I don't have.
So he went and grabbed his electronic meat thermometer, and we just walked around the house with the electronic meat thermometer. It seemed fairly accurate with like what you know my the thermostat was saying. It's like, oh yeah, the house is at 68 or whatever. And so then we walked in here, and it's like 57. I'm like, oh gosh, it's so cold in here. All right, I'm gonna be going quiet here for a second while I pour some resin. I can't talk and pour resin at the same time, or we will have a mess. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get more resin. There's that. Make sure. Yep, that looks good. There's the resin. We have the hardener. Alright, I'm back. We can chat some more. Well, it'll take me a minute to stir this all. Anyways, let's see. What were we talking about? Pet hair! Be gone with you. Hopefully things warm up here a little bit. I kind of doubt it though. We get snow in like January and February all the time. Sometimes March, more recently. Alright, so I think what I'm going to want to do is pour into my little cups and then pour the 2 trays that I want to add some resin to. So I definitely want it as liquidy as possible in the trays so that all the bubbles can get out, because those won't be going into the pressure pot. And like I said, I've been pouring those in like thin layers too to kind of prevent some bubbles. Were you guys here when I showed the trays earlier? Well, I'll show them off again before I pour resin into them. I've found though, I tried to pour, part of that is so that I make sure that I have enough resin for these, because I know that a set of dice takes about 30 milliliters, so if I, go down 30 milliliters for that and go down 30 milliliters for that, which would be good. What was I going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say. This is the problem. I have a memory like a goldfish. I don't remember what I was saying from one second to the next. Yeah. know. Okay. Still don't remember what I was talking about before, but that's okie dokie. Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, Happy New Year's. Enjoy your food. Glad you can stop by for a bit. Yeah, I don't have any like major plans for the New Year's I guess this is New Year's Eve, right? I don't have any major plans for tonight. Just game night, and I don't think we'll be staying up till midnight either. We're all just like old. I'm like, no. I need to be in bed by 8. Obviously, I said before I go to sleep at like 2 a.m., but still, everyone else has like jobs they have to get up for in the mornings and things. Not necessarily tomorrow, but like normally. So they're like, I'm not staying up till midnight. I'm like, maybe we'll stay up until New York midnight. They're like a few hours ahead of us. I can still see streaks in this, so it still needs to be mixed some more. That's how I can tell when my resin's completely mixed. Because when it's not mixed, you can kind of see some like streaks where part A and part B are just sitting next to each other instead of mixed together completely. So I'm going to make sure all of those are gone. So the reason that we're just doing a couple of random sets of dice today is that I have a bunch of sets of dice that I have plans for and I want to make, but I want to make them in videos. I have videos planned for them. I'm like, well, I don't know that I want to make everybody on stream like have to deal with me moving a camera around a whole bunch in front of their view and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just do some other stuff on stream. I won't be streaming next Saturday. I have a birthday party that I'm going to. But the weekend after that, I was talking about it in the Discord yesterday. But maybe we'll do a stream where you guys can come and hang out with me while I edit a video. Just one of the speed pour videos so you can get an idea of how... Oh dear. How I edit. And come see the monstrosity that is me using Blender to edit videos. I don't know why I use Blender, but it works for me, so I've stuck with it. I know I've gotten used to it enough that it's just like, well, if I switch now, I'm not going to know all the hotkeys and shortcuts. I've figured out how to navigate this quickly. The problem is, of course, that my computer sometimes gets mad at me for trying to have Blender open while watching a YouTube video and editing a photo. Sometimes, I want to like edit a photo so that I can have the right size to put into the video and things. And my computer's just like, so many images! Too many images! We must close all the images. It's like, seriously, computer? My graphics card freaks out. I got a new graphics card, so it's been better, but still gets unhappy with me from time to time. But yeah, so I guess we'll see how well it works with trying to stream editing some video, but I don't know. I think that could be fun. That'd probably be a pretty laid-back stream. It would involve probably all the people watching just hearing the same song over and over again in little bits repeatedly. Although I don't know if we'd actually get through editing the whole thing, because I think I'd want to start from kind of the beginning with just the video clips to show kind of my process. So maybe we'll find music together on stream too. That could be fun. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So next Saturday, no stream. Saturday after that, maybe we'll do some editing together. I just pulled out some dice that I just randomly made yesterday that I was like, we can turn this into a speed pour video. And I think that'll be I think those will be the ones that we do. We'll just do that together on stream. Not that they're like, I don't know. It's one of the sets of dice where I'm just like, it's a set of dice. They're not like the prettiest dice, or they're not like super ugly or anything, but they're not a super exciting set of dice, but it's like, they're a set of dice. Might as well turn it into a video. But the speed pour video editing usually goes fairly quick. I say with it taking probably a couple hours at least, or a few hours at least, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah. But I can get one of the speed pour videos edited in a day, whereas I can't necessarily do that with, or in an evening. So say it's around 9, 10, 11. So I could probably get one edited in 3 hours or 3 or 4 hours. Maybe 5. I take forever to edit. Okay, let me just see how this is doing. If I still see any streaks in here. No. Think? I don't know. Let me scrape this off and see if there's anything stuck to the stir stick. There's still a little bit. Where I was going before though, with the whole not being able to make enough stock to make this a full-time job, I'm kind of hoping that I can get to a point where I'm getting income from YouTube. So I'm not at the moment. I have nowhere near being monetized on YouTube. But I was thinking about it. I was like, how can I figure out something that's kind of like where I can make it once and sell it multiple times. And I was like, well, I could kind of do that with YouTube videos. I only have to make the video once, and then multiple people can enjoy it. And then hopefully at some point, I can get to the point where multiple people can enjoy it, and I can make money from that. Trying to figure out, I mean, that sounds very, like, callous? Maybe that's not the right word. But I don't know, it sounds kind of bad where I'm just like, yes, this is all a money-making scheme, but it's really not, I don't know. I kind of think of this as an extension of, like, my social media to a certain extent, which is like, I'm making this partially so that, you know, more people find the stuff that I'm making. You have to do stuff to make sure that people find the stuff that you're making. No one's going to find it if you just don't do anything. And that is unfortunately how it works. But I've been enjoying making YouTube videos, so I wasn't sure if I would or not. I always put off starting a YouTube channel for a couple reasons. One of them is that I felt like I'd kind of missed the boat. It's like, nah, all the, like, big YouTubers and stuff already exist. I don't know, it's like, I'm sure there's plenty of other people that are doing videos just like mine. So, like, what's the point in me doing it too? Although, apparently, according to the folks in the Discord again, there aren't a lot of dice makers on YouTube. Apparently. Alright, this is starting to look good. Let me just scrape the sides and the bottom one more time, and I think we'll be good to go. Which is shocking to me, I guess. I would have expected there to be a bunch of dice makers on YouTube, because it just seems like it's a very popular thing right now, dice making. There's a whole market there for people who want to see dice being made, learn more about how they can make dice. Okay, I think we are good. Sweet. So let's start getting this into resin cups. So we wanted, let's see, about 10 of each. About 10 of each. Milliliters, that is. Actually, yeah, I'll do 10 of this, 10 of the blue, and then 10 of the interference color, and then I'll do a little bit of the shimmery. Oops. I've gone too far. That's okay. We'll have some extra resin. We'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have quite a few sets of dice that I'm kind of excited to work on. It's kind of funny. So I was telling some of my Minecraft. Well, it's people from our game night group, but we also have a Minecraft server together that we've been playing on together. And I was telling them the other day that I was like, oh, forgot about that. I want to make some. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with the series, but I did a while back some Empire's SMP dice. Make sure that we're about 30. Yeah, we're actually at almost around 40, so that's a-okay. Let's do 10 of this and 20 of that. 10 of this and 20 of that, because I think I want more of that. Yeah. Maybe even 7.5 of this. I'm gonna do 7.5 of that. A little 20. A little bit more than 20. Okay. Should be good there. And then we've got, yeah, we should have the right amount of resin to do our trays here. So, I was saying before I'd show you these trays again, but these are some trays that I was making for a couple of friends for Christmas. I'm a little bit late, obviously, but I am just filling in some clear resin on top now. I've already done a couple of layers, but you can see that they're not flat yet. I want to get enough resin in these to kind of flatten them out. So we're going to do a couple more layers. This one I think maybe I can get the resin in there to flatten out this time. This one I think is going to take at least one more layer. Oh, but with the Empire's SMP dice, I was talking to some of my Minecraft buddies because they're on their second season. And I made dice based on all of the like characters in the first season. I was like, I want to do dice based on all the characters in the second season too. And then I was reminded earlier in the week that one of the folks from that SMP follows me on Twitter. I was like, oh yeah, forgot about that. Well, that's just embarrassing making fan art now. Oops. There's a piece of resin here. Like, on the one hand, I realize that it's not actually, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, I would love it if I made something and then people made fan art of it. That'd be so cool. But, so it's like, it's not really that embarrassing, but I'm just like, oh yeah, forgot about that. I've always been kind of, I don't know, I don't like telling people about my interests. It's like, I don't know why necessarily, but I tend to get like super into one thing at a time, and then I'll move on to something else that I get super into, but I tend to get into like one thing at a time, and find out far too much information about it, and then like I don't want to tell anybody about it, but also I'm like, I have to tell people about this thing. I know far too much about this. Someone else needs to know all this information as well. So I don't know, I was kind of wary to make dice based on like media and stuff that I'm into, but at the same time I'm like, I love it when I see other people passionate about things or making things based on things that they enjoy. So it doesn't make sense for me to not do that. I like seeing other people do it. I'm sure other people enjoy seeing other people do it, so I should just do it too. Just actually make things based on things that I enjoy. spritz this again. This is just some rubbing alcohol, by the way. I'm just using it to kind of pop the bubbles on the surface. Yeah, this is, I might have to do one more layer. Might have to do one more layer. Or add a little tiny bit more resin. I guess we'll see. I don't want to put all of the resin in here now. I want to save a little bit in case we need a little bit more for the dice. But let's get this spread around as much as we can. Because it'll be easier to add just a little bit more later, because it'll, you know, spread out with, since if I have all the other resin spread out, you know, it'll just add to the height of it. But I want to make sure that it gets spread out and there's no like blank spots, because that's where we'll get kind of an issue, I guess. I mean, we're going to do another layer on this one anyway, so it wouldn't be a huge issue, but I don't know, it's just easier if I try and get it as coated as possible, as evenly coated as possible. I need to finish up a couple of other things for Christmas gifts too. I wanted to get gifts for like everyone in our game night group. So this is for 2 of them, and then I have an idea for another one, but I kind of need to make an IOU for it. And then I have one person that I have no idea on. I should actually wrap some things too. Just trying to spread this resin around as much as possible. Oh. All of my people have disappeared. Who am I supposed to talk to? I mean, I'm fine with talking to myself, obviously. I'm very good at talking to myself. You know, it is different, I've found, talking to myself versus having a conversation with people, like, with, like, streaming. Is it the one that you posted a picture of in the Discord? You trying it out? Oh, that's fine. That's exciting. I should find some more of my like dice fails and post photos of them. I definitely have a lot of those as well. A little bit more of this, put it over here. Makes it a lot easier. Alright, there we go. There's another layer of that in there. Yeah, I know. There we go, another layer of that. Put those off to the side. Put the other one down another time. Alright, let's get our other stuff going. So actually both of these sets are going to be better when the resin's a little bit thicker. Huh? What new mold? Cobra's trying a new mold. I don't have like a new mold. Oh, this one? for the keycap, the space bar, I don't think I have enough resin for it. I want to get this other stuff done first. I'll worry about that later. Oh, maybe I should add some little tiny glitter to this too. I don't know. I don't know. Should I add some other, like, because it's very see-through, I feel like. Maybe it needs something blue in it? Or some purple? I don't know. What do you think? Does it need something more substantial in it? I feel like you can't see all the flecks very well. It does. I've definitely made a set of dice with something very similar before. I think actually with that pink salmon color and teal. I've definitely done that color combo before. Ooh. Now I'll show you this in a second. It looks kind of cool. So I did like teal mica and then a drop of black ink. Kind of hard to see, but yeah, that's kind of pretty. Pink mold for a full set of dice. Oh no, that's not mine. That's someone else. No, I just have my my teal ones. I moved away from slab molds. One of my first molds was, these were the first kind of molds that I made. These were the first kind of molds that I made, and I moved away from it. I like having all of my molds separate. Oh dear, I've picked up so much cat hair grabbing that. I can see why people use them like that, but I don't know, this is more convenient for me. For a couple of reasons. There we go. I don't know if these match now. I don't know that these match, guys. I think I want to add some more opaque glitter to this. Like, maybe some dark blue. Yeah, so I like them separate because I also use them as dump molds. And then also I like doing sets where every die is different. And that's difficult when you have all of the molds together, especially if I want to just redo one of the dice or something. But also if one mold wears out, I can get rid of that one mold. You know what I'm going to add? I think I'm going to add a little bit of what I initially said I might add, and that's a little bit of black foil. It's fine. These are all experiments. We're just trying some things today. Yeah. Alright, let me grab. I don't know if I have or not. It's been a while since I've watched any of his videos. I really should. Those were some of the videos that I like started out with when I was figuring out how to make dice. It was Ribonators. Definitely a wealth of knowledge there. That'd be fun to do, though. I don't know, maybe I should figure out some way to I guess I have incorporated my painting into my dice before, but I should figure out a way to do that. I really enjoy painting. There we go. There's some black foil. Posted an update video yesterday explaining why he hasn't put out anything recently. Oh, okay. I also just haven't been watching as many dice videos. Ooh, that's a bit funky. Here's the thing. I think this looks really funky right now, but I think it'll help it blend with that dark color better. We'll see, though. This might just be weird. We'll find out. Very strange. Very strange. Okay. Let's get these colors. Yeah, someone was saying that in the Discord yesterday that he was having twins. I mean, congrats to him. Yeah, that's very exciting. Alright, so this one is just black with some like very, very sparkly mica. I'll show you that in a second. You can kind of see the sparkle there a little bit. It's always hard showing that off on camera, like the sparkle and stuff, because I always just get glare. And then this has some little flecks of silver foil, some holographic glitter, and some different silver glitter. Oh, good. I was worried I had too much glitter, but I think this will be fine. Oh, nope, there's all the glitter. It's fine. It's fine. Glitter. It's not in focus, but you can see the glitter. Yeah. Missed that? You missed the glitter? Or you missed the part of his video? I'm not sure. I don't know what the context is. Alright, let's get all this blue. I saw in the Discord, I haven't responded to anything yet because I literally saw it right as I was going live. There's people saying that there's not like very many people making dice videos, which is odd. Seems odd to me. I'm thinking that I need to go and change some things in my descriptions and stuff to hopefully make them better findable by searching. Anyways, people were talking about like some folks that only have like 10 videos and stuff. I'm like, I feel like I have not been making videos very long, and I know that I have more than 30. I have around 30. I guess to be fair, I have been making videos for more than like 6 months, which it does not feel like I've been making videos for more than 6 months. Oh, it doesn't feel like I've been making dice for more than 2 years, so I swear I just started. Alright, and there is our interference purple, interference violet. Can't really see it. Oh, there you can kind of see some of that purple in there maybe. It definitely shimmers purple a lot better in person. Alright. And then I was thinking we'd do a dirty pour for this one. I think... this set's going to be weird. That set's going to be weird. This one I think will be really pretty. That one I think is going to be weird. But I think that's going to be okay. We'll see. You know, sometimes the sets that I'm like, that's going to be a bit odd, turn out like super pretty. And I'm like, oh, that worked out great. Like the ones where I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this color combination. It seems a little bit odd. And it's just like, oh, that's actually a really pretty color combination. So let's see here. Let's add some black along one side. Normally I would wait for the resin to thicken up. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to put this at an angle so that it doesn't all go everywhere. I'm going to put this green into the molds first. Because that one I don't need to be thick or anything. Like, before I pour it in, I can just pour that in. I'm gonna do that first. And this is that, like, it's kind of beetle wing color, which I really like. I need to keep this in mind so I can use just this again. It's literally a drop of black ink and some teal mica powder. I really like that. Just trying to add a little bit of a base of this to each one. Here's a question for folks that do watch my YouTube videos, and not just, you know, hang out on stream, which is also a-okay. It's a-okay if you want to hang out with me on stream and not watch my videos. I know I'm more of like a video watcher than a stream watcher, so I'm sure there's people who are more stream watchers than video watchers. What kind of video do you like the most out of the ones that I've done or do? Like, do you like the speed pour videos the best? Do you like tutorial videos the best? Do you like other ones that are just maybe, I don't know, meant more for like entertainment value, where I'm just trying something different? Do you have a preference for like the kind of video? The speed pour ones are definitely the easiest for me to make. Those ones are very easy for me to make. I enjoy doing the more complicated videos, but they take a lot more thought and time and effort. I need to I have it on my calendar to start another, you know, slightly more complicated video. One that actually requires a little bit of planning and talking and things. I plan to start that next week. Oh, I need to email someone back. I should have added some glitter to this, maybe. Tutorials with B-roll. Fair. To be fair, my tutorial videos seem to get the most views. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're people's favorites, but they do get the most views. I'm not sure what to make another tutorial video on yet. I haven't had inspiration strike on what, like, technique or something I should do a tutorial video on next. I'll have to think on that. So I definitely want to do another tutorial video at some point. Like, I think the tutorial videos are I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's my favorite. I don't know what's my favorite kind of video to make. I'm just debating whether I want to lean more into doing some, like, random videos. I feel like I'm less likely to watch those. Like, by that I mean, like, comparison video. Oh, what am I comparing? I was thinking it could be fun to do some videos where I get some sort of kit or something and try it out. Like find some sort of like resin kit or something and just try it out and see how it goes. That could be kind of fun. Like a review video. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Some other educational things that aren't just resin pouring techniques. I get you. Alright, let's go back to this. We'll start doing our dirty pour. I did a little bit of black, do a little bit of blue, and then let's do a little bit of our interference, and then I'm going to do a little bit of our other black, I think. black. So here's what my pour cup looks like. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I like those colors actually. It's kind of hard to see that purple shimmers really well. All right, we'll put this one. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, maybe like, yeah, some videos like that could be good. Some ones that are talking about like materials and things instead of like a pouring technique. That's a good idea. And then maybe I'll do some that are like, I was debating also if I want to do some videos that aren't resin pouring. Maybe different kinds of art. That seems like, though, it might be a bad idea. Because if people come to my channel for resin and then it's like, oh, here's a painting video, people are just going to be like, this isn't what I signed up for. 2 to 3 items and using different techniques can show how just using the same item in a different way can make for different results. That's true too, yeah. Or using different items with the same technique. That could be, yeah. I was watching videos on how to make bath bombs the other day. I went down a whole rabbit hole. I'm like, I want to make bath bombs. I really don't need to make bath bombs, but I'm like, I want to. And I was like, it'd be really useful because there's all these different like materials and ingredients and stuff that I see being used and stuff. It'd be really useful if there's a video that just tells what each individual ingredient did. So it's just like, okay, so what is the polysorbate 84? And what is the, what do we use the SLSA powder for? What's the difference between the two? Yeah, I could see how getting into materials like that could be useful. Same item in different ways, connect for different results. Pour a cup for, I think we're going to use this for our D20. Alright, yeah, those are some good ideas there. Talking more about maybe some of the materials and things. I do still think it might be fun though to try and find like some different arts and crafts kits to then like try. That could be kind of fun. And there's that. Next. I've got a lot of blue left. Let's use a bit more blue in this one. I really like doing dirty pours. They're so much fun. One thing you used to do, make gel candles. Sadly not allowed to do it at your apartment now. This fair, the gel candles are kind of a fire hazard. But I was pretty good at it enough that you actually got commissioned to make some for a wedding. Oh, that's super cool. I mean, I could always do a video on soap making. Like, I do want to make some more soap. I've had a couple people ask me about my soap. Like I said, I used to... Yeah, to be fair, I had that with soap as well. Some, like, techniques and stuff. I would have called this basically an in-the-pot swirl. So, like, when I was making soap and things, one of the techniques is to take, you have your one color of soap, and then you take your bucket of a different color of soap and you pour it into that original one, and then you pour that into the loaf mold, and you get very soft swirls and stuff. And that's kind of what we're doing here with our dirty pour. It's kind of interesting how some of those techniques really carry over. Alright. But yeah, could do something. To be fair, back when I was on Twitch, I did do a couple of soap making streams, and then I decided that it just wasn't really worth it because they were like half an hour long streams. They just weren't really very long streams. I'm like, people are showing up as I'm getting done with how quick this is going. But I could do it as a video, for sure. That would give me an excuse to make more soap, too. The reason that I haven't made very much soap, I've been doing more resin stuff, is because the soap has a shelf life. And so it just... more blue. The soap has a shelf life. Resin adjacent, yeah. I do like Evan and Caitlin's videos. Resin adjacent. Okay. It's true. I could do some resin stuff that's not dice as well. Could try that out. I have a whole bunch of molds that I just haven't used for like really much or ever. Okay, let's do this here. There's a cat hair. Get out of there. Get out of there. Aha, I got you. There's always cat hair. I think these are going to be very pretty and subtle. I think they're going to be subtle. But I'm okay with that. I can just see like a little bit of, let me see if I can show you on this, on the D2. There's like that, maybe not. There's like a little bit of like a purple shimmer in there. A little purple shimmer swirl. But not much. I guess we'll see. See fair? Alright, we got 3 dice left. Yeah! And then hopefully that purple tinsel really shines through as well. A little bit more blue. We seem to have the most blue, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Maybe a little bit more of the shimmery. This can be our D6. Resin molded D&D kits, terrain, etc. Yeah. Or like, I had a suggestion from, there's some local artists that I've met up with a few times for like coffee. One of them is my neighbor. Like he suggested at one point that I could do something where I like go through the process of designing a tabletop RPG system, like make one up. It'd be a whole big long project, and it'd be like, here's how I'm doing this and my thoughts about it. I don't really have an idea for a tabletop RPG system, but I do have an idea for a board game that I want to make. And that's kind of related, I guess. So I could go through that whole process on video, kind of vlog the process. Have I tried keycaps? Yeah, I have some molds for keycaps. Maybe we can make a couple with any leftover resin we have. I haven't done too much with the keycaps. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen maybe as much interest in them. But I've made a few. That's why I have the, here, I'll show you in a second. I have a mold over here that I was gonna try and make a master in it. But just a second. Let me get all of this resin in here. It's starting to get a little sticky, which is a good sign. This means it's getting a little bit thicker. So hopefully when we pour that other resin over there, it won't, all the glitter won't sink completely. Oh, cool, got that. I'll grab a keycap mold out. Sure. We have leftover resin. We'll do that. But I have this mold here that I just made for a space bar. This one's matte because I just grabbed a space bar off a computer. I made this mold, so this is going to be. I'm going to make a master in this. I'm going to just pour some clear resin and then polish it up and then make all of my space bar molds from that. Oh gosh. Whole keyboard with resin caps. To be fair, I still need to make molds for I don't have molds for all of the different kinds of keys. I have them for the R1 and the R4. I need to do the R2 and R3. So that's all of the like individual keys in the middle of the keyboard. And then I don't have molds or the thing to make molds for like the Enter key or Shift, like those kind of keys. So I'd have to get stuff for that. I had so much trouble trying to make keycaps. I finally went and got like a mold system for making keycaps. And that has worked great, but the ones that I have are built for the single individual keys, like the letter keys and number keys, and the space bar. I don't have the stuff for the other ones. It seems like it can either be really chaotic or really pretty depending on how they're done. Keycaps? Are you talking about keycaps or? Full custom keycap keyboard. Yeah, that's fair. I think if I did it, I'd want to set it up somehow so that I have the letter inside the keycap for each, letter. Not necessarily for the escape key and the function key. You can probably figure that out, or the arrow keys necessarily. But for all the letters, I think maybe although, I mean, not everybody needs to see the letters to type them. But still. I do kind of want to make, this is sort of related, sort of unrelated. I'm still talking about YouTube videos. I kind of want to make my YouTube videos more entertaining. Like talking about Evan and Caitlin videos or Ribinator. Like they definitely have like a style to them that is based in entertainment. Even if it's informational, it's based in entertainment. Like just an amusing catchy jingle or yeah, let's put this here. Or a whole bunch of puns or whatever. And I don't know, I kind of want to figure out a style like that, but I worry that it's gonna, I don't know, I'm just self-conscious about it. I don't want to go over the top and be weird. Okay, just a second. Alright, keycap. We'll pour the rest of our resin in there. Make a galaxy one. I think that'll be really pretty. That's plenty of resin for that. Still got a little bit of resin left over. Let's make we'll make an extra key of something. Let's add a little more. A little drop here. We'll do a regular D4. Some keys on yours would be embedded or something, especially with, the WAS keys, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize that I could type without looking until, because I was saying before, I worked IT, I had a desk job. I didn't realize that I could type without looking until I realized that I had worn the letters one of the letters off of my keyboard. And I was like, oh, I don't have half of the letters on my keyboard. I've been typing so much. And I didn't even realize. I was still typing just fine. Here's another keycap. And a little one. Rocket Man. Rocket Man. Like another keycap. I think it's gonna be a long time. I have no idea what you guys are talking about now, I'll be honest. I mean, I know who Tim Curry is, but I'm missing some context here, I think. Oh man, it's weird. 10 years ago, you know, when you say 10 years ago, it sounds like a long time. And then, like, I think about what I was doing 10 years ago, and it doesn't seem like it was that far away. Because I graduated high school 10 years ago. I'm like, I was just in high school. That doesn't sound right. Well, I still got... Oh, the rest here. I'll figure something out for that. Oh, okay. It sounds familiar, but I can't think of like what it is. It's one of those things. All right, we've got those. I'm moving these up out of the way. Up and away. Switch them down. I think our resin is thick enough now that we can pour this. Plays a Russian leader that says he's going to escape to the one place untouched by capitalism, space. Oh, I've heard that. Okay. All right, let's pour some of this in here. I'm gonna try and do it kind of gently if I can. I'm gonna pour close to the lid here. Make sure this is all mixed up. I think we're good. All right. Lonely out in space. Now I just have Rocket Man stuck in my head though. Rocket Man. Rocket Man. Alright, let's see here. I'm dripping. I'm dripping my resin. You know, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't like the, you know, I was looking at this resin, I was worried I wouldn't like it. I think I will. Like, I think once it's in the dice with that green and stuff, I think it's going to be kind of pretty. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Yeah, I think we're good. It seems like it's thick enough that it's not like displacing all of that greenish resin at the bottom, so I think it's probably thick enough that the all of the glitter's not going to sink too. I will be excited to see how well this glows. I guess we can kind of see on the D2, so let me get this into the D2 and then we can see how we like it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that. I think it is a little bit weird. Like, it's not a normal like color scheme that I would do, but I think I'm gonna like it. It feels a little bit spooky almost, but I'm okay with that. Gonna spritz these Make sure those air bubbles get popped. I think we got plenty of resin in all of these, so we're good. Okay, I'll give these a second. Oh, Peter Brown. Oh yeah, I'll have to go look at that. I like his videos too. And his random dyes one. I did one video that was me trying out different things for dyes, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know if people were all that interested in it. I tried out nail polish, acrylic paint, and Kool-Aid. I will say that the standout from that was the Kool-Aid, which I found, it wasn't a great colorant, but it made the resin smell good. Which was, I thought, really fun. I did not expect that to happen. Alright, so we got a little bit of resin left. I think let's put our last little bit of clear into our 2 trays. I'm just going to do it over here. I don't want to move the trays. Oh, thanks. Oh, Happy New Year's to you as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, have a great party. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I've got so long until the new year. I'm glad that people seem to be enjoying the YouTube videos though. I had been wanting to make YouTube videos. I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for years. Made some half spheres using that, and a friend of yours D&D group uses them for portals. Half spheres using what? Oh, using Kool-Aid? Wait, what did you make half spheres using? The problem with responding to things is there's so much. I will say that's something for oh, that's fun. I will give Twitch this. There's much less of a delay on Twitch. I have turned the latency down to low latency. I haven't turned it down to super low latency because I worry that I'll make the video footage really grainy. And I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. I guess we could try it one of these days, but drop this. Still got a little bit of clear here. I'll just put that in here. Move this stuff to the side. Resin half spheres colored with Kool-Aid. Did yours also end up smelling good? I was so surprised that mine ended up smelling good. It was like a scratch and sniff thing. Should we do another keycap? We can do another keycap with this. That'd be fun. Why not? We're just making keycaps. Oh, hello, Dana. How you doing? I'm just getting my last little bits of resin molds here. Still got a little bit of resin. I've also got a cat hair here. That's fair. I really don't smell things very well either. My brother can smell like everything. I've never had a good sense of smell. We've got just a little bit left. Let's do. We'll put our last little bit into a D10. Oh, that makes sense. Just pulled your last set for the year. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that the dice that I unmolded right before the stream were probably the last ones that I was unmolding for the year. It's weird to think about. I was somewhat amused at work on Thursday when my boss, coworker, I really don't know. I really don't know the hierarchy of people at my work. Kind of both. Was telling everyone, "I'll see you next year." It's just like, oh my gosh. I see the sense of humor here that is happening. But yeah, that makes sense that you ruin your sense of smell there. To be fair, sense of smell, I never, you hear a whole bunch of loud noises and it can ruin your sense of hearing. I guess I never really thought too much about things that would ruin your sense of smell. Like, if you smell a whole bunch of really strong things, does it ruin your sense of smell? Like, hearing a whole bunch of loud things damages your eardrums? Like, is that a thing? I guess you'd have to, like, damage something, right? That's because that's, like, the thing with a whole bunch of loud noises is you, like, damage your eardrums and things. Yeah, I don't smell I agree with that, actually. Although, I think part of that, maybe, sorry, I'm agreeing with the don't smell epoxy much, but can really smell the UV. But to be fair, I usually wear my respirator with epoxy, and then I don't wear it with the UV as much because it cures so quickly, I'm not too worried about it. Which is probably stupid of me, but I was going to say, though, that I think part of the thing with the epoxy that I can't really smell the epoxy is it might be because I'm used to it. I'm used to, the smell of epoxy on my clothes and stuff because I tried a different kind of epoxy resin once. And suddenly I'm like, oh, I can really smell this on my clothes. This has such a strong smell. But I think it might have been just because it was different. I wasn't used to that scent. Does it? I guess I haven't really noticed too much. Why would you make UV resin smell like anything? Is this like scented cat litter, which I also can't stand, where they're like, we shall add perfume to mask the terrible smell. And I'm like, no, you've just added another smell and made it worse. I really don't like scented cat litter. I'm like, I'd rather just have unscented cat litter, thank you. I don't need an extra smell on top of everything. Cool. Just enough resin, I think. Get that lid on. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's never a good idea to be breathing in too much of the resin fumes. I definitely was not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Not careful, but maybe diligent. So I probably should have been when I first started trying out resin. But to be fair, when I first started trying out resin, I figure that the problem is not being exposed to resin fumes once. The problem is being repeatedly exposed to resin fumes. I guess that's kind of how I figured it. So I figure I work with resin like a couple of times a week at least. So I don't want to be breathing in the fumes a couple of times a week for years. That's probably going to cause more problems than breathing it in once. So when I first started, I was not good about wearing a respirator and gloves and stuff. But now that I'm using it all the time, I'm like, I should protect myself. That would be smart. All right, I'm just spritzing these down, just trying to get some air bubbles popping stuff. Oh, you know what? I'll put the lids on the keycaps first. These are built so that I can squish the lids down because they have kind of a little bit of a reservoir. Yeah, they're a cat mold, but they also have like sprues. So I've got that little bit of reservoir where the sprues are. Yeah, better safe than sorry. At this point, I'm like, if you're going to work with resin at all, you should probably wear a respirator and gloves. Because it's better safe than sorry. But I can't talk too much because I'd be a little bit of a hypocrite if I did that. Since I was very bad about wearing all my protective gear when I first started. That was before I even started making dice, though. That was just like, I'm going to try making some necklaces and things. Oh, I should make some more necklaces and things. Actually, I have some made. I have some, like, things made for necklaces and stuff. I should actually put them together as necklaces and stuff. I have a bunch of, like, keychains that aren't attached to keychains yet. I should do that. Actually, these I'll put on after I get these on. This is my little, it's a lid, but it's my tray for putting things into the pressure pots. It's just the right size. I don't know what I'm going to do when I finally, like, wear this thing out. But I'll have to find another container with a lid that's the right size. Alright. Start getting our lids on. And I will send photos. How did the con go? It was fun. I should really probably start thinking about the one that's in 2023, although I've got some time before it. I really should have. I should really sign up for more conventions. Although there's been like a local art walk that happens once a month. It got canceled for November and December, and then it's going to start back up in April. So I've got a little bit of time before then. Which, to be fair, I can build up some stock and stuff. But I calculated with the convention that after the costs from the convention, because there's a lot more costs with the convention than there was with the art walk, I probably made about the same amount. I probably would have been about as financially beneficial to me to stay and do the art walk. They were on the same day, so I could have only picked, one to go to for that month. But the thing about the convention that I went to is that it's kind of a smaller convention run by the same people that run a much larger convention in my state. And so it gave me an in to then go to that larger convention. So while that convention was maybe like 1,000 people, maybe 2, the larger convention, it looks like, is usually around 8. So I have a spot at that larger convention now because I did the smaller convention. Also, I think it was good just to branch out and try something different than just the local art walk thing. I think that was good. And I had fun. Meeting other artists and chatting with them as well. That's what I enjoy, I think, about doing like the in-person stuff. Is just like being at a table next to another artist and getting to chat with them and see what they do. Decommissioned gas mask that you got from a friend of yours. Oh, don't get rid of it just because it's old. That's all the more reason to keep it. That sounds super cool. True. Yeah, it's a new audience as well. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely brought a bunch of business cards and handed out quite a few business cards. That was also another kind of thought there. I'm stacking some of these because some of them the lids feel a little bit off, and I want to make sure that it's on. Okay. All right, let's get these. Get quite a bit of use out of it, especially when you're in the bathroom. Oh, I didn't put any resin on these. Oh, well, that's okay. That should be fine. I usually like to put a little bit of resin on the lids just to prevent air bubbles from getting trapped in the numbers, but I think it'll be fine. I should have enough resin to fill in and it'll be okay. True. Fair. My cats are always so mad when I clean the bathrooms because I lock them out of there because I'm like, I have chemicals all over the place in here. They're like, but mother, I wish to be with you. Oh, is that, oh man, there's like a little tiny comic that I saw at one point, and now I just think of it all the time with my cats. And it's literally like a little 2-panel comic that someone made that says, I wish to enter the flavor chamber, father. And then it's like a guy standing over a stove saying, that is the oven and you will die. And the cat going, I am strong, father. So now I just always imagine my cats with that, I am strong, father. Helping you unmold. Yeah. They're very good little helpers. The cats, they especially like to help me to take product photos, because I'll often go do that upstairs where there's more sunlight and stuff. Although in the winter I think it's easy to take product photos here. I have the best lighting. I have a light right above me. It gives me probably the best lighting. But in the summer and stuff, when it's a little bit brighter out, I'll try and use the sunlight as much as I can. But the cats love to come and help me by laying on top of whatever I'm trying to take a photo of. or walking back and forth in front of me. That's probably Luna's favorite pastime, especially if I'm at my desk. Especially if I'm at my desk. One of her favorite pastimes is just walking back and forth in front of me and yelling because she wants attention. Yep, that sounds about right. They started unmolding, got the ring layout for real, then poof, cat, yep. What do you mean I'm not the star of the show? I don't think you understand. I am always the star of the show. Alright, last couple of ones. There's so much cat hair on these. Alright. Okay guys, I think that's lids on everything. So I'm gonna go get these into the pressure pot. So I'm gonna end things here. Like I was saying before, I will not be streaming next weekend because I have a birthday party I need to go to. But then the weekend after that, I think I might do a stream where we edit a video together. Just because I was talking about it in the Discord and that seemed like it might be kind of interesting. So I will see you guys later. Have a happy New Year, as Dana said. And I will see you in a couple of weeks.